because that would help me find him. When I was sitting in Lecter's office, and I looked up, I saw a book on his shelf, and war wounds in it. And I knew it was him. So I went to a payphone down the hall to call the police. And that's when he attacked me. You and Mom came to see me in the hospital, and that helped a lot.
All right, I'm going to stop this.
Okay.
I didn't know I was muted. I forgot I was muted. So anyway, what we're doing here, this reel says bloopers. I don't know if it's the bloopers, American Blue, or whatever that show, that blooper show there. I don't know if that's it or if it's just stuff from the internet. I remember this video here. This is more of a continuity thing. Pay close attention to the background. Not so much the actor itself, but what's on the shelves behind the actors in the store. It's him and a child who he's looking down at right now. All right. Watch the backgrounds of the store. I mean, right now, behind that guy, we had cereal. Over here, we got Carnation instant milk and condensed milk. We back to the guy. We got cereal. Everything seems to be okay. Everything's still kind of good.
And that's when he attacked me.
Okay, nothing's changed. He's making a speech.
You and Mom.
This is on Fear for some reason. I see Fear at the bottom. There used to be a streaming channel called Fear where you could watch horror movies.
Still had his thoughts.
So this must be a horror movie. He's doing a really long.
Stop talking to people.
A really long speech.
And a doctor friend of mine, Dr. Bloom, asked me to get some help, and I did.
But everything's still fine.
After a while, I felt
Got
better.
some Fiber One, some Total, some Tricks, some Count Chocula, Blueberry. Now look. Look behind the kid. Remember what used to be condensed milks and Carnation milk is now JFG. It looks like coffee. You got Folgers. So all of a sudden the kid has coffee behind him.
And the way he felt that.
They didn't walk out of an aisle. They're still in the same aisle. They haven't moved. And look what he's got now. Look behind him. We went away from the cereal a little, and now we're near the fruits and vegetables. But even the cereal isn't, it looks like candy or something. You got Cheerios there, but he wasn't anywhere near Cheerios. And the actors never moved. If you were watching that, they didn't take a step and start walking down the aisle. I could see that if that happened. They didn't do shit. They didn't move. See, now he's moving.
Right now, you can get interest-free
financing
months or save
weird.
up to $5,000 on every new Tundra in stock. Voted Motor Trends Truck of the Year. With over 50 available and more on the way, Leah Toyota will put you in the driver's seat. Leah Toyota. Online all the time at leahcars.com.
Switch your old dandruff shampoo to one that's clearly different. New Selsun Blue Naturals. Clearly stops flakes and itch.
So soft.
Clearly gentle with vitamins and botanicals. New Selsun Blue Naturals.
The difference is clear.
Travel, stress, eating on the run. Diarrhea stops me in my tracks.
Stop it fast with KO Pectate. Unlike pills, KO speeds to the source, shutting down diarrhea and its discomfort fast.
Really fast.
Stop diarrhea fast with KO Pectate.
The four-man bobsled. One of the world's most dangerous sports.
It's a 1,400-pound bullet going down, and you have to go down and thread the needle, and you have to thread it right.
No seat belts, no airbags, no brakes.
There's very, very little room for error.
Each time these racers take the track, they risk major injury, paralysis, even death. Lake Placid, New York. The U.S. bobsled team digs in at the starting gate. This notorious stretch of ice has taken its toll on many racers. But Chris Coleman and his teammates are determined to make their mark.
In our practices, we were doing extremely well. We were having the fastest times down the hill. The ice was very, very smooth, very glassy. The team was extremely excited.
The team stands at the ready as their pilot launches the fiberglass hull downhill. The sled quickly sets a record-breaking pace, rocketing through hairpin turns at lightning speeds and soaring down straightaways at 90 miles an hour. Entering turn number 12, the team is on course for a new track record when disaster strikes.
All of a sudden, there was a silence.
The sled hits the turn too fast and too high.
And before I knew it, I was on the side. And then I said to myself, oh my God, I'm in a crash.
The bobsled spirals upside down, pinning the racers next to the ice as they hurtle down the track, slamming into turns with crushing force. Finally, the sled reaches the end of the line and limps to a stop. Crew members scramble to free the battered team from the wreckage. But only 3 of the bobsledders are able to stagger to their feet.
I remember the other guys getting out, but I remember I just couldn't move and somebody pulled me out.
Chris lies motionless as paramedics check for spinal injuries.
Yeah. No. Down the back? No.
To the relief of teammates and crew members, Chris can move his arms and legs. Incredibly, he suffers only minor injuries and is able to race again just a week later. This time, capturing the silver medal.
I'm back. I have no idea what we're watching.
It was a victory made sweeter by the painful reminder of what could have been.
I can't tell you how excited we were just to be up on top of that podium, but just as important, I think we were all very happy just to be alive.
Zambia, the bush country of southern Africa. Hank Boysick and his buddies are going on a safari. They've brought along a video camera to capture every exciting moment of their expedition. Their small plane barely makes it over the hills at the end of the runway.
Yeah, I have no clue what this is.
Then the pilot turns to the group with startling news.
The pilot said, hang on, I think I'm a bit overweight. It gave us a little bit of a fright, but we were in the holiday mood, so we forgot about it.
We're filming, okay? It's like you overweight. Wait. Oh, that's good.
They don't realize that the overloaded plane is losing altitude.
I'm watching it, and I have no idea
when the
why I
pilot
would
went
even
for the field,
record
which
this.
I recognize as not being the airstrip.
This is on
I said, no. This is not the
DVD
plane.
of mine. This
the
is
pilot ignores Hank's warning.
This is what we're doing today. We're
He
plopping
tries to
in
land in the rugged
DVDs
terrain.
and seeing what the fuck's on them. Because I have a shitload. I mean, a stack, like many stacks
When the
that
plane
aren't
slams
labeled.
violently into the ground, the pilot panics and shoots back up
So I
into
have
the
no
air.
idea what's on them. So I'm putting them on and just discovering it as we go. And
we saw the blue sky from going up, but we went so steep
this
up
was Spike TV.
that,
Remember Spike
alarms went
TV?
off.
Seconds into the steep climb, the engine dies.
I thought,
Well,
hang
I
on,
do.
we are not going to make it.
But I still.
The plane crashes.
It was like an extreme sports. They would do extreme sports. I don't know what this guy, what they're doing. I had to look at the shit.
Its right wing
So
exploding
I have
into
no
flames.
idea what's going on here.
It was silent for half a minute. And then you saw the flickering flames. Then I realized we're getting roasted here. Get out!
Somehow, the group manages to escape the wreckage.
There were no landing gear anymore. Engine was off. Part of the wing was off.
Miraculously, the men survived the fiery
I have no
crash.
idea. I don't know
But
why that
now,
would be on
they
Spike
find
TV.
themselves stranded in the middle of the African bush. But luck is on their side. Local villagers see the fireball and come to their rescue. After watching their horrifying vacation video, Hank and his friends feel they are blessed.
Hey, wait a minute. You just got out of a plane that just crashed and you're going to go into another plane? Are you fucking... Is that what this guy is saying? I can't hear what he's saying. We almost just died. You want me to get back into another plane?
Mountains in Japan.
Are you fucking kidding me?
It's a peaceful day in this sleepy little village until a deep rumbling thunders from one of the world's deadliest volcanoes. A tourist videotaping the scenic landscape swings his camera around just in time to capture a poisonous cloud of ash exploding over the ridge. Known as a pyroclastic flow, this eruption of 1,500-degree gas and rock speeds down the mountain, hell-bent on destruction. The volcanic blast is a terrifying sight.
Run, motherfucker, run!
Especially when it is bearing down on you at 200
outrun
miles an hour. The town's firefighters make a mad dash for safety, knowing that anyone caught in the cloud's killer path will not survive. Fortunately, no lives are lost during this frightening natural disaster.
Run for it, run!
This rare glimpse of a deadly pyroclastic flow is a vivid reminder of the powerful forces that lurk beneath the surface of the earth.
Okay, we're watching the world's most amazing videos.
Our race reaches to a halt. The car's ablaze, and driver Gene Manhire is trapped inside. He's wearing a fire suit.
Dinner was chorizo tacos.
But it's only good for about 30 seconds.
Chicken tacos. Feel the heartbeat coming out.
Engulfed in flames, it's a stubborn fire.
Gene's running out of time, and the crowd gets some good news.
Gene Manhire is out of the car.
One problem. The announcer is wrong. Gene Manhire is still inside that car. His fire suit is burning away. Other drivers rush to help. They try to pull Gene out, but he's stuck.
They're getting the big guns out there now. We have a tank mounted on the pickup. We haven't had to use that in a long time, but boy, that thing is really burning.
Just when it looks like things couldn't get any worse, he's lost in a fireball. The crowd's anguished cries are no use. But then, Gene emerges from the smoke.
He probably walks out of it.
Gene Manhire is conscious, and the safety crew is working on him.
Amazingly, Gene survives.
The safety crew monitored up to the announcer that I was out, meaning that I was knocked out, and the announcer thought that I was actually out of the car when I wasn't.
Gene Manhire is out of the car.
The fire suit was giving up, and the flames were starting to penetrate through the suit, and the back of my legs was starting to get burned.
Even worse, rescue seemed hopeless.
The safety crew really wasn't equipped to handle a fire like that. They didn't have the proper attire, and one of the safety workers was trying to reach in and get me out of the car, and he ended up burning his forearms pretty bad.
Lucky for Gene, his fellow racers braved the flames to save one of their own.
I mean, it seemed like whatever they were spraying it on made it worse. I think it was fucking water. Don't spray water on a fucking
French
oil
daredevil
fire.
faces death at the hand of Lady Liberty.
That was
faulty construction turns a runaway truck ramp into a trucker's worst nightmare.
Shit.
And later, a drunken bully unleashes savage blows, then gets a shot of his own. When the world's most amazing videos return.
Breaking news. The gravel should slow the truck, but the truck vaults off the first mound. The second row is like a wall.
I don't know. I think that looked like fake because I didn't even see the brake lights. Like, as soon as the driver
I was looking
saw
through the camera the whole
going
time.
on,
I had no idea that the back end of the truck was going to go into the air like that.
So I'm going to call shenanigans.
The driver stumbles out, dazed and stunned by the violent crash.
Why, and also, why at the end of a road would there be a shitload of
I was pretty shocked to see him conscious and walking away from that accident like that. I saw the blood all over his head.
You all right? Still pumped up.
Paramedics arrive. Despite all the blood, the driver has only minor injuries. His truck fares far worse. Rob has his story. And video proof that this truck ramp doesn't prevent crashes, it causes them.
I just think that's very strange. It's obviously a road. Why would there be dirt like that? There's construction going on. Don't you think there should be like
Indianapolis, Indiana.
a sign that says construction?
A burglar lifts the steel security blinds at a golfer's pro shop. He makes sure the coast is clear and slips inside. Then he closes the blinds. He wants privacy as he goes about his shady deeds.
Anyway, get back to that continuity thing.
He's about to get more than he bargained for. Fast forward 14 minutes. Our thief is ready for his getaway. But there's one problem. The security shade is locked. He tries with all his might to open it. He works frantically to pick the lock. He even tries to wedge it with a 3-iron. But it's no use. This crook hasn't been caught. He hasn't been tried. But for now, he's locked up. Finally, he grabs his loot and heads for the door.
There's a scene
setting off the alarm he tried to avoid. In the end, he beats the blinds. Too bad he forgot about the camera.
Jared Leto's character's car, and he's supposed to be taking Romney to a place where he's married a woman. And he brings her out there, puts a gun on him, and says,
Next,
that guy
the cameraman gets a bone-crushing close-up.
So he's saying, sit there, don't freaking move.
A terrified snowboarder
while he's
triggers
walking,
a
trying
killer
to
avalanche.
get him to go where the body is. He's going to
Plus,
get warmer,
a
hotter,
biker
colder.
aims for a soft landing, but comes down hard.
The whole time he's got his gun on him, telling him not to move. He's going, okay, hold it. Oh, you're hot.
When the
blah,
world's
blah, blah,
most
blah.
amazing
right
videos
there.
continues.
And just out of the blue, he goes, here you might need this, and he all of a sudden had a shovel.
Not to worry, Friday night Spike has your back
Like,
with more
where
action than you
did-
can stuff down your
it's
boss's
literally,
throat.
that's-
Starting with What the Friday at 9. Premiere episodes of Spike's most
They do a
amazing
cutaway
videos at 10.
scene.
At midnight,
Goes
there's the
to the
late
hot,
night
blah, blah,
strip.
blah.
We ask
They
the
do a
burning
cutaway
questions
scene
and
to
you give us
Denzel
the real
Washington's
answers on
character,
Spike.com.
'cause he's in
Then
another
1 a.m.,
car
get your
looking
video
for
game
them.
fix. It's GTTV with Jeff Keighley.
And
It all
then they
goes
go
down
back
tonight starting at 9 on Spike.
to
And you're
Jared
welcome.
Leto and Romney.
Here's another reason to be
And
proud of your
Romney,
military
whatever his
service.
name is, Romy.
You can use your combat pay to make an IRA contribution. Want to know more? Talk to your people at H&R Block.
Their characters are still in the same spot. Jared Leto's in front of the car. Romney's out.
Trident protects teeth and
But
cleans them.
This time,
Great
what's
tasting
different in
Trident.
the scene,
I'm Al's
after
best
he
friend.
comes back from the cutaway,
Does size matter?
Size matters.
Size? It makes all the difference.
Yes, it does.
I get the size
The
I want
trunk
here.
of the car is open.
Because they made a size smaller there.
and Jared Leto's character now has
the
a
most
shovel.
exciting home gym technology ever in a size that
And he goes,
fits
"Here, you
your
might need
lifestyle. Introducing the new Bowflex Revolution XP home
Now, I know
gym.
that's nothing,
Cutting
it's a
edge
little
Spiroflex
thing, yeah,
resistance in a compact space
When they
saving
went
design.
away to clip the
Now he's speeding down local roads that are filled with afternoon traffic.
Jared
Rick tries
Leto's
to stay
character went,
close
hey,
as
you
the
might need a
suspect
shovel. I
weaves
got one in
between
my
cars.
trunk. Want me to go get it? Yeah, it's okay. Go get it.
He was getting more and more reckless, which was
I know we didn't need
giving
that
us
dialogue.
even more concern that he was going to take and cause a serious accident.
Then the driver enters a school zone just as students are being let out of class. He swerves, causing a near collision between a police car and a school bus packed with children. Then the suspect races through a parking lot and heads back onto the street.
Going to get the shovel.
Deputy Colintis tries to close in, but the deranged driver hits
He's
the
a
gas.
trained police officer. Romney's character
The man approaches
is
a busy intersection.
Officer.
Then does
Why
the
wouldn't you
unthinkable.
follow him? You're going to let someone who you
Fugitive
think is a
barrels into
fucking
head-on
serial
traffic
killer,
going the wrong
who
way.
has now been caught by the police and knows that you know that he's a serial killer, you're going to let him walk to a fucking trunk,
Luckily,
open
he
it
swerves back
without
into
you
the
right
lane.
there with a gun on him?
But up
No,
ahead,
that shit,
there's another
no.
danger.
That don't cut
He's
it.
racing
Don't
for
fly
another
with me.
school zone. This
So
one is crowded
that
with elementary
happened right
students whose
there.
lives are now at risk.
I knew I had to stop this vehicle before it got to the school zone.
The deputy speeds into position, then makes his move.
But that continuity thing, too, I mean, that case was, okay, where did the
Look again. The
shovel
officer
come from?
rams the side of the SUV, causing it to careen into a white pickup before it flips.
You're
And
going to leave
skids
that
to a
in.
stop.
At least show us how he got the shovel.
The impact
If
forces
I'm
the
a cop
deputy
and
to
I
lose
think
control
I'm not
and
letting
slam into a
nobody-
tree.
he's not going anywhere. Why am I digging the
Somehow,
hole?
he staggers to his
I'm good
feet
with the
and
gun.
races to
You get the
apprehend the
shovel.
suspect. The man is pulled through the sunroof and taken into custody. But what about the other driver?
When I looked up
And
and
if
saw
you've
the white
seen-
pickup truck, I was just hoping that nobody'd be injured.
I watched this
Fortunately,
movie 3
he
times.
is
I watched it
uninjured.
once with
Thanks to the
myself,
courageous
once with
actions
my
of
sister
Deputy
Tina, and once with
Colintis,
my sister
the
Sherry.
high-speed terror ended
She likes,
before
Jared
innocent
Leto.
children were endangered.
I had just seconds to make my
The
decision.
first time I watched
could not
it,
live with
I
the
saw that
fact
continuity,
that
and
this
then
individual might
there
end
was
up
a
going
scene
into a
right
school
after
zone
that
and
scene.
injuring or even killing
Denzel
someone.
Washington takes Jared Leto's character's car and goes back to his apartment, and they show a scene where he's driving on the highway.
The world's most amazing
and the
videos
camera
will return.
comes in to shoot the car from the back angle.
Now,
Through the back,
here's
you can see
amazing
the back
video
window.
number 2.
And we showed
Clearly
you one
in
of
the
the most
scene,
incredible videos we've
you
ever
could see
seen.
somebody sitting
Watch
in the
closely
passenger
as a
seat.
Navy crewman
You can see a
actually
head.
gets sucked into the engine
Like
of a
someone
jet
was
plane.
I don't know
It's
if
hard
they
to
fucked
believe
up,
that
and that
anyone
was
could
supposed to be
survive
when
such a horrifying ordeal.
Jared Leto
He
and
did. So we
Romney were
embarked on a
going to
nationwide manhunt to
find
find
the
him.
thing, and that was supposed to be his head. But this was clearly afterwards.
A letter from one of our viewers brought us to
Spoiler
Clinton,
alert.
Indiana,
Jared Leto gets back with a shovel.
where we found former petty officer J.D. Bridges, and this is his
So-
amazing story.
That was after the fact that he wasn't in the car. That he was in Denzel
1991,
Washington was
the
in
Persian
car by
Gulf.
himself. There was nobody
During
in the-
Operation Desert Storm, the crew aboard the
the
USS
passenger seat.
Theodore Roosevelt is on full alert.
But the second time I watched it,
In the
that
early morning
was
hours
wrong.
of February
But I
20th,
did go
J.D.
back,
and
I
a new
checked it
recruit
like
are
3
preparing
times,
for the
and I
takeoff
was gonna
of an
record it.
A-6 fighter
Hey,
jet.
it was that-
The trainee positions the front wheels of the plane and moves back. That's when J.D. steps forward to check
I
his
don't know
work,
what we're
but
watching.
He makes
What,
a
I
big
think
mistake.
this is where that guy gets sucked up into
I
the
don't know
engine.
why or what crossed my mind the way I entered the plane, but it was wrong because I should have been kneeling and I wasn't.
Watch again as J.D. moves in front of the engine. Suddenly, J.D. is sucked inside. Now he's in a desperate fight for his life. The helpless man struggles as he's pulled into the deadly blades of the massive jet engine.
It sucked off my helmet, it sucked off my goggles, it took my gloves off my hand, chewed my float coat, my
Somebody's
shirt, and
looking
my
out for
jacket
you
up
if you
all the way
survive
around me.
Then, in an amazing stroke of luck, J.D.'s helmet flies off his head and jams the engine's razor-sharp blades, causing him to slow down. The fellow crewman sees the engine malfunction and quickly signals the pilot to shut it down, just seconds before J.D. would have been ripped to shreds. Flight deck personnel race to the scene, expecting the worst. But to their amazement, J.D. claws his way out of the
Came out
engine.
butt-ass naked, too. It probably ripped all his clothes off him. looked like he got
Later, he recounts the terrifying moment for his fellow
I
crew.
don't know what the fuck happened. One minute I was there, the next minute I was not.
And I looked back, and I just started pulling myself out, and that's the last thing I remember.
This is truly a remarkable story of survival. JD knows that it's nothing short of a miracle.
Somebody was looking out for me.
An old Navy buddy of JD's, Mike McDonald, witnessed the terrifying moment firsthand. Mike wrote the letter that made tonight's story possible.
God must have been holding on to his foot. Nothing happened to him. You know, minor cuts and bruises and scratches and a couple broken bones, and that's it. You know, it's amazing. It's got to be a miracle.
It's those things around his shoulders. What the fuck is that?
And now, the most amazing video of all time.
Guadalajara, Mexico. A young man is busy
Oh,
cleaning the
showed it
elephant
on
cage
this.
at a local zoo. With his head down, pushing his broom, he's completely unaware that one of the giant beasts is backing up. Suddenly,
oh,
the 10,000-pound elephant sits on his head. The panic-stricken man struggles to pull himself free.
I'm thinking an elephant.
Finally out, he gasps for air.
Either the ass or it was a female.
Take another look at this amazing video. 1 minute, the man is happily working in the bright light of the elephant pen. The next, he plunges into darkness. Although the man survived his terrifying ordeal, this is one day that neither he nor the elephant
I don't know if it was this show that I was watching, but there were skydivers.
You don't know the meaning of pain.
Use Carl. If nobody else steps up,
and
that's okay. Carl Spackler was the groundskeeper in Caddyshack. So Carl is one of the contenders. And if you'd like to name the Gopher, log on to foxsports.com. Keyword Gopher Campbell. What's the leading contending name right now?
Digger. Or they were coming in at the wrong angle, but they collided in midair. And
I won't tell you why, but
all you saw was
and
what you would
Shane Drano's
say
taken
was smoke,
by our cameraman,
but it was not red
Michael
smoke.
Dranos, but
it was
that's okay.
blood.
The lead on the battle on the left, that is a battle for the fourth position with Kyle Busch in the 18, Jimmy Johnson in the 48 that just went by Casey Kane in the 9.
One dude sheared off the other guy's
Krista,
leg.
how about our leader?
Well, he kind of is like a gopher today. One of the hardest working guys out there, that being Carl Edwards. And it was just a few laps ago, though, that he got on the radio to his spotter, Jason Hedleski, and said, Jason, can you check my right side? I think I may have kissed the wall. Jason said, no, it looks fine. But you guys were talking about
watched
that
it. It looked like it was smoke.
He even recognized and acknowledged he may have taken it too high.
Hey, Krista, he's got slight damage over the right rear tire, but it didn't hurt. It didn't even rub the letters off the tire.
Edwards has 6 top 6 finishes in 7.
I don't know what just made me think of that.
Races here, 29th last February.
It
so
wasn't the guy getting fucked by the elephant.
In the top 6.
The guy getting sucked in through the air.
Kyle Petty's car is being
now he
pushed
seemed to be at
to
a
the
race.
garage, where he will join Casey Mears and Sam Hornish.
So this DVD's everywhere. I got a little bit of everything on this
68 laps to go.
You know, as we watch this race and these cars kind of rub the wall and keep on going, I can't wait to get to Darlington.
Or Bristol.
Yeah, or
wow.
well, Darlington,
yes.
You know, the Darlington stripe, and this car's going to be like it was back in the day. Just lean it up against the wall and gas it.
Well, we've had cars at Darlington stripes at Daytona, and now at California, and probably at Las Vegas and Atlanta before we get to Bristol.
I'd say you're right.
What, Kyle Busch in that green interstate car, he just
battery
car. Go away on the high side of Jimmy Johnson.
There's one thing you know about him. He is tenacious. He's like a bulldog, man. He gets hold of you, breaks his leg, and won't let go. I was telling you yesterday, it reminds me a lot of Earnhardt. You used to pass him, and as soon as you pass him, you say, now, why did I do that?
It
reminds me a lot of Buddy Baker. But you know the title of Buddy's autobiography, Flat Out and Half Turned Over.
Yeah.
That's Kyle Busch.
Well, and Jeff made the observation. It's kind of
only
reminds
11
Tim
minutes
Richmond a
left,
little bit.
so
Yeah, kind of wild and crazy, but could really have great car control.
Crash in the corner of the 88 car. Brad Keselowski, heavy impact into the wall.
Oh, I hit the wall.
Shit, that's a good one.
Closed my eyes.
I didn't realize how high up in the air I got.
Oh, shit.
I didn't realize how severe the fire was.
I think I remember this race.
I didn't have any idea what caused it to start with.
The word is that he is awake and alert. He will be airlifted out. Remarkably, all Brad had was a bruise on his left ankle. After that kind of impact, he said the floorboard buckled and he got his ankle banged up a little bit, but so reassured that how well these cars are built and how safe NASCAR mandates they are. And guys, he's doing a heck of a job. He is the...
He got Kenseth's fifth. So it's a pretty good day for the boys.
Well, if you had any doubts at the start of the day whether Roush Fenway Racing has caught up with their car.
You see the 66 car, Stephen Wallace, trying to force his way underneath Kelly Byers. The 66 was having to start at the tail end because of that infraction on pit.
Day for Tony Stewart.
He put a whooping on him.
Mira, look where you're going.
Who the fuck you messing with? Now what the fuck?
Shit, for real. You're looking pretty good to me, man. Shut the
How's
fuck up,
that?
man. Yo, what's up with you? What do you have to say? Huh?
Evidently, it's Grand Theft Auto.
Hey there,
You feel
super
threatened
cheeks.
by me? Leave me the fuck alone or you get a heel up your ass.
Yo, I ain't do shit to you, man. I'm walking away from this shit for real. Yo, I ain't do shit to you. Yo, shut the fuck up, man.
We should get together, you know?
Mr. Montana, come join us. Come here. Buy you a drink.
Fuck you! Get lost or I'm calling my husband.
I hear on the grapevine. You need to calm down, man.
Que te deberías relax. Shooting at us! Okay. Don't shoot me!
I don't need this shit.
I don't want this shit to come back around.
Has started.
You ugly. Try to. Fucking pissed, you know?
Help, please.
I'm Tony fucking Montana. Don't fuck with Tony Montana.
Creo que you're
Right to
shooting
your
at the
mama.
wrong person.
Hey, when I
You want some more? You fuck with me, you lose your fucking life, man.
Hey, man, I don't want any trouble.
You die.
Cinema etiquette.
You want a war? I'm Tony Montana. You want to fuck with me? Do that, cockroach! Go fuck yourself. You fucking pussy. The fuck was that? Coño. Fuck him.
Now he's speeding down local road filled with afternoon traffic. Rick tries to stay close as the...
The icing on the cake is a full 360 while flying over the wall.
The second attempt is a breeze. Danny's got it down now.
Coming up, trapped underwater and time's running out.
How long can you hold your breath when somebody's punching you in the stomach?
2,000 pounds of meat on your chest. And the ultimate, it ain't over till it's over moments.
Use Carl. If nobody else steps up, that's okay with me. Carl Spackler was the groundskeeper in Caddyshack. So Carl is one of the contenders. For this to be Jeff Gordon's drive for 5 and win 5th champ. For this to be Jeff Gordon's drive for 5. For this to be Jeff Gordon's drive for 5 and championship.
Hard contact. NASCAR Nationwide Series here. Second stop of the year. Working caution.
You remember that song? Play it. I can bitch.
Well, that's the intro.
Very nice. Next time I'm married, you're hired. Yeah. I'm going to go through many whys. Come on. It's part of the business. What else is going on? Of course, a lot of controversy right now.
about China. During a speech, President Bush urged Chinese leaders to talk to the Dalai Lama and called him a really fine man. Which is cool, yeah. Bush said, I used to be reluctant to meet with him, then I found out he's not a real llama. Weird. That was weird. It's interesting, or not, a new survey, and got out a calendar. So, well, it's been reported that singer Ashley, gotta mention this.
Because that would help me find him.
Goliath, the end. One wears himself.
They're an undesirable felon.
Yeah, this place is crawling with babes.
Well, studies have shown that women are attracted to dangerous men.
Like Dick Cheney?
No, I'm talking about serial killers.
Oh, yeah, like Captain Crunch. It always tears off the roof of my mouth.
Well, personally, I tend to be cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. Speaking of cuckoo, let's move on to the chick magnets, like our special guest here, Michael Chicklets.
Sorry about Fantastic Four. Yeah, that movie blew. Thanks.
You know, women find bald men attractive, like Patrick Stewart from Star Trek The Next Penetration.
Here. He can't get chicks. He's a homo.
So? Kenny, we say gay.
Oh, yeah. Hey, what about Poofter?
Or like we say at MXE.
Be here to attract the love of your life, whether you're a chick magnet or an...
Right now, you can get interest-free financing for 36 months or save up to $5,000.
Now he's speeding down local roads that are filled with...
Use Carl. If nobody else steps up, that's okay with me. And, of course, Carl Spackler was the groundskeeper.
Because that would help. Right now, you can get interest-free financing months or save up to $5,000.
The pilot panics and shoots back up into the air, pinning the racers next to the ice as they hurtle down.
They're getting the big guns out there now. We have a tank mounted on the pickup.
Video. Hank and his friends feel they are blessed.
To handle a fire like that, they didn't have the proper to handle a fire like that, to handle a fire like that, to handle a fire like that, to handle a fire like that.
In the end, he beats them.
And cleans them. Great tasting. And cleans them. And cleans them.
But he's facing an entire team. But he's facing an entire
kills. KO speeds to the source, shutting down diarrhea.
Lake Placid, New York. Lake Placid, New York. The U.S.
But I remember I just couldn't move and somebody pulled me out.
Chris lies motionless as paramedics check for spinal injuries.
Yeah, moving, okay. Just like you, woman, man.
Somehow, the group manages to escape the wreck around just in time to capture a poisonous... Gene Manhire is still inside that car.
Manhire is conscious and the...
A biker aims for a soft landing.
Will enter the racetrack and are looking to get you.
I'll get her one of these days.
There's really nothing that really ever scares me, and so I might actually attempt it again.
These are the amazing stories of people caught in life and death situations
who panics and shoots back up into the air. But he's facing an entire...
What looks like mild taps are pretty hard shots.
All of a sudden it blew.
To a violent spiral up the officer's leg. The cat's safety is...
And the promise that you'll find these things at every Best Western.
Finding his son's killer.
Brave Spirit fights back, unleashing a vicious kick, followed by a powerful right hook. This chief had no intention of going on the warpath.
And tried to rip my head off.
Here comes amazing video number 7.
There pounds the panicked sightseers with tremendous force. Suddenly, he's about to get more than he bargained for.
To one that's clearly different.
But this rare glimpse of it like that.
What I was seeing.
Of machinery falling from the sky.
She jumped up and she said, I think it's going to crash.
The pilot, Major Brian Knight, faces a life and death decision. Should he bail out and save himself? Or should he stay aboard the jet and aim it toward the bay, away from the thousands of defenseless spectators below?
Stay where you are, folks. This is okay. Stay where you are.
In Creek Free, Pritchard struggles to keep the animal from injuring itself.
the world's most amazing video.
Comforts you like nothing else. And what if you could go there?
Natchitoches, Louisiana. It's homecoming weekend. The Northeast Louisiana University Indians clash with their arch rivals, the Northwestern State University Demons. Natchitoches, Louisiana. The headless demon is out for revenge. The beauty of a 1,000-year-old glacier rising out of Lake. As the glacier starts to collapse, the tourists are too stunned to move. They seem paralyzed.
Number 10.
There's nothing more American.
Knocked out, and the announcer.
Scott Barrier in trouble with...
Steven Seagal takes out everyone.
You're just as bad as they are.
No, I'm a lot worse. Made him do it. Tourists are too stunned to move. They seem paralyzed. Now he's speeding down local road filled with afternoon traffic.
Use Carl. If nobody else steps up, that's okay. Use Carl. If nobody else steps up, that's okay with me. And of course, Carl Spackler won.
I'm going to return to Cuba.
There not have been any contact. Might have just been he got so close. I don't know. Looked like the back of the 47 car to me came up a little bit right there. You can see it in depot.
Plenty of room to race. They could. Plenty of room to race. And there he goes. He got Kentz's fifth.
Looked like the back of the 47 car to me came up a little bit right there. You can
down Kenny Wallace in the 36. And good run for Strimmy, a top 20 finish. He finishes 17th. Stephen Wallace, by the way, finishes 15th. So the two Rusty Wallace cars get top 20 finishes. But wow, what a day for Tony Stewart.
He put a whooping on him.